Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to knit this beautiful shawl. Mine is about 78 inches and this is a 2-row repeat pattern. It's so much fun to knit. You can really just sit there, enjoy the knitting. You can listen to a book. It's really relaxing, and this is what it looks like. I hope you can see the sparkling in the yarn. It's even sparklier in real. I love this pattern so much that I made another one in the white color. You can see it here, and here you can see the sequins sparkling even more. Like I said, it's a great pattern for a beginner. It's just a 2-row repeat. You keep knitting the same 2 rows over and over, and then all you have to do is bind off, and you're going to have this beautiful shawl. And now I'm going to show you what we need and how to knit this beautiful shawl. Today I'm using 6mm knitting needles, and the cable is about 39 inches, which is 100 centimeters. You can see it right here. And we will also need a pair of scissors, a darning needle. Then I also have some stoppers I put at the end of my needles so the stitches don't fall off. This is of course optional. And you will need a marker. And the yarn I'm using today is King Co Galaxy DK. I really love working with this yarn, and it's so shiny. This is the white color I used, and this is the black. Of course, they have different colors. And for this shawl, I used 4 skeins of this yarn, and we will be working with 2 skeins at the same time. Of course, you can use any yarn you would like, but this is the yarn I used, and I really love it. So like I said, I will use 2 skeins at once, and I almost had like a half a skein left, which is enough for a beautiful headband. And now let's get started. Like you can see here, I have 2 skeins. We will be working with 2 at the same time. Now we will start with casting on 4 stitches. So 3 and 4. We will turn the work around, and we will start the first row with an increase, which is knit 1 front and back. So you will insert your hook just like to knit. And now grab your needle and go in the back of the stitch, just like you can see here. Grab the yarn, and here is our increase. Take it off your needles, and now we will knit those 3 stitches. And again, turn your work around. And for the very first stitch, we will knit 1, take it off, and keep knitting until we reach our last stitch. And there we will work an increase again. So you will insert like to knit, but we won't take it off. Now go to the back of the stitch and grab the yarn and pull through. And this is our increase. Now we will turn the work around again. Like I said, those rows are just to prepare. And then we will start with the 2 repeats. Place the marker right there, because this will always be the row with our increases. So when you see the marker, you know, okay, now I have to start with an increase. So again, insert like to knit, go to the back of the stitch and knit again. Now we have 2 stitches, so this is our increase, and take it off. And again, knit 3 stitches, 4 right there, and the last one is also a knit stitch. Now again, turn your work around, and now we will start with our repeat rows. So you can see the markers on the left. So we will start with putting the yarn to the front, and we will slip 1 purlwise, just like this. Now keep knitting until you reach your last stitch where our marker is. And there where the marker is, we always work a knit front back. This means an increase. So here's our marker. We are in the last stitch, and here we will work our increase. Just like this. And again, turn your work around, and now we will start the repeat rows. So you see the marker is right here where our increases are. So that means we will start with an increase. So knit 1, go to the back of the stitch, knit 1. We have 2 stitches and take it off. And now we will work until we have 3 stitches left on our needle. So now we are starting the 2-row repeat. So keep knitting. Now we have 3 stitches left, and we will take the second and the third and knit them together. I will show you again. Grab those 2 stitches, insert, and knit those 2 together, just like this. And our last stitch is always a knit stitch. So this is our first row repeat from the 2-row repeat. Now turn your work around. Since this is the straight edge, we want to have a nice edge. So we will always work with the yarn in the front. We will slip 1 purlwise. So you can see the yarn is in the front. We just slip 1. Now work knit stitches until you reach your last stitch. This is where our marker is, so it means we have to work an increase in our last stitch. And those are the 2 rows we have to repeat. So again, work an increase into the last stitch. Just like that. Now again, turn your work around, and we are again on the side where the marker is, so we will always start with an increase. So again, knit 1, go to the back of the stitch, knit 1, we have 2 stitches and take it off. Now keep knitting until you have 3 stitches left. Okay, we have 3 left, and now we will knit those 2 together. Just like this, grab the yarn and pull through, and the last stitch is always a knit stitch. Just like this, and this makes this beautiful border. So again, turn your work around. Since this is the straight edge, like you can see, we will put the yarn in the front and slip 1 purlwise. And again, keep knitting until you reach your last stitch. And this is the side where our marker's at, so we know we have to work the last stitch as an increase. And this is the 2-row repeat. So again, I'm in my last stitch and I will work an increase. just like this. Once you get the hang out of it, it works up so fast. You really don't have to concentrate. You can see on which sides we are working the increases. You can see it here already. You can also move the stitch marker higher, so it's easier for you. But those are the 2 rows we have to repeat. So again, increase, knit front, back, just like that. And now keep knitting until you have 3 stitches left. So now it's just knit stitch all the way until you have 3 stitches left, just like this, and knit those 2 together. And again, the last stitch is a knit stitch. And those are the 2 rows we have to repeat. I will show you one more time. So let's turn our work around. You can see we have the marker on this side. So now we know we have to start with an increase. So knit front and back. Keep knitting until you have 3 stitches left. So now I have 3 stitches left. We will knit those 2 together. And the last one is a knit stitch. Now again, turn your work around, and since we want a nice straight edge, we will always put the yarn to the front. So to the front and slip one purlwise. And now keep knitting until you reach your last stitch. Excuse me. So just keep knitting until you have 1 stitch left, and this will be again our increase. And just keep repeating those 2 rows. This is really just the 2 rows. We will always do an increase in the first and like here in the last, just a 2-row repeat until you get the desired length you want for your shawl. It's slowly building up. It takes some time until you can see, but here you can see it's increasing on the one side and it's straight on the other. And just keep repeating those 2 rows, and I will see you back once my shawl is done. I repeated those 2 rows, and this is what it looks like now. And mine is about 74 inches right now. So just keep knitting until you have the length you want. Here you can see the beautiful border on that side, and we will be casting off just the same way to make this beautiful edge so it looks the same. And I will show you how. So we will start with a knit stitch. And now yarn over. So go from the back to the front, yarn over, go into the next stitch and knit 1. Now we have 3 loops. We will take the stitch in the middle and pull it over the first one. Now again 2 stitches, grab the one in the back and pull it over the front one, just like this. Again, yarn over, go into the next stitch and work a knit stitch. Again, go into the stitch in the middle, pull over the first one, grab the one in the back and pull over the front one. Again, yarn over, work a knit stitch, go into the middle one, pull it over the first one, and again into the back one. This one can be sometimes pretty tight. Just take your time and pull over the first one. And this is our repeat. So you keep repeating this all the way until you have one stitch left. So grab the back one over the first one. And this is the beautiful border. I just reached my last stitch, so we have one stitch left on our needle. We will pull it up a little bit, cut our yarn. So just cut the yarn, grab your needle, pull it up and pull through. And now I will go through with my fingers, grab the yarn, pull it through and pull tight. And now our work is all nice and secure. It can't open up anymore. And here you can see this beautiful edging for the shawl. And the only thing left to do is sew in your yarn ends. So you can see it's pretty stretchy and I really love it. So all is left is just to sew in the yarn ends. Now all is left is sew in the yarn ends. So you will grab your darning needle. If you're using yarn like I did with the glitter or the sequins, it's easier to cut them off to sew in the yarn ends. So I'm just going to cut them in half. This makes it a lot easier to go through with the yarn, because the sequins can block that a little bit. So just cut them in half and take them off. So all I'm going to do is just go through some stitches back and forth. Make sure you don't pull it too tight. We still like to keep the form of our shawl. If we pull too tight, it can pull it and it doesn't look so pretty. So just make sure it's not too tight. So I hope you can see I'm just going through some stitches back and forth. I will do one more stitch and then I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So now I will just insert the darning needle and go back through the other direction. Again, make sure it's not too tight, pull it back into place, and now we can cut the yarn. And you will do this with all the yarn ends, and we are done. I really love this shawl, so this is what it looks like. And we are done. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I can wait to see your finished shawls. Please tag me on Instagram. I always love to see your pictures. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time knitting, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.